Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you feeling? Tired. I'm tired too. All right, so I want you to imagine that you all are a different country. You have United States, India, Japan, Indonesia, different countries. So each bag here represents your food quantity for your whole country. Okay. So it's 2013. The population is about 7 billion right now. Okay. So the only right now in the world is these countries in the front. These 5 in the front here are the only ones in the world. Okay? Alright, so now what you eat? So what you eat? So in 2050, our population will grow to over 3 times the population right now. So that means that they come up with enough food to feed the whole world. So any ideas how that would happen? Any suggestions of how we can feed the world in 2050 with a growing population? Any at all?
Getting rid of people.
Huh? Get rid of people?
Getting rid of people.
Anything else? That's kind of sick. Anything else?
Yes.
All right. So keep in mind also with a growing population, the amount of land we have is not growing at all either. So I have to bring more food with a small amount of land. Can't share food either. You're way across the country. So now it's 2050 and the population now is increased. So now I want you to share food with people and spread it out amongst the population. Everybody must eat.
Everybody must eat.
Everybody must eat. Now, over time, of course, weather happens. The weather happens. You have diseases happen. So I'm going to take away some food. It's estimated that every year, at least half the crop production is ruined because of diseases, of the weather. So now eat. Everybody eat. Everybody must eat. Also, in America especially, we waste food a lot. And the trash, waste food. So how can we feed now the whole population with only here we're giving out? Any ideas?
The strong must survive, right?
I have an idea. There's a new plan, a new idea called vertical farming. Anyone have an idea of what this is, vertical farming? Any ideas? Okay, so how is farming done now? Anybody?
In the field.
In the field, it's flat, right? Horizontally, right. Traditional farming, it's horizontal. Anything else about it? It's flat, horizontal.
Takes up a lot of land.
A lot of land. And keep in mind, it's 2050, we're growing our size. And our land is getting smaller and smaller. So the idea of traditional farming is getting bad idea right now. So vertical farming is when you have farming going what? Vertically. In a tall building. And the idea is to have different crops on different levels of this building. So you might have the strawberries here. You might have some corn on this level here. What else should I eat? Anything else I can eat? Beans. Alright, so can anybody imagine, anybody give me an idea of why vertical farming is a good idea for our population growing?
Safe space.
Save space.
And you growing more with the same space.
Exactly. So the idea is to have these vertical farming, these buildings in our cities so we can actually grow and expand in a safe way without ruining a lot of our other land that's out there. A benefit is that of course, with the vertical farm is inside a building. And so if it rains, it doesn't ruin the crop. Supposedly, if there's a hurricane or tornado, the building won't fall over because the infrastructure will be good enough for it to withstand climate downfalls. Another benefit is that, it will cost less to take the food to a different location. So say a certain area where the strawberries don't grow real well, we can grow it in our area because we can put it in a building and control our environment for these strawberries or for these beans or for these pumpkin seeds that you like to eat. Let's see. Also, with vertical farming, okay, traditional farming, if you're out in the field one day and you're picking corn and a snake's around, well, what can happen? You can die. You can die. Also, it's a lot of money also to carry on traditional farming because of the big machinery. So people die with that. They get sleepy one day at work and they die because they operate the machine wrong. Vertical farming is safe. It's out of building, no animals, no snakes, no heavy machinery. So you can work, you can utilize without killing yourself for the most part. But vertical farming is not always good though. Any reasons why?
You might not be able to do it as big. So like if, instead of using a giant machine to like do a whole field at once, you're not going to be able to do it that quickly.
Exactly. So to get to these levels, how can somebody farm like this at all these levels? Any suggestions? Hand duty. So that means a lot of labor costs. Also, you have to build elevators in these things to get to the top level. Building elevators. Also the sun. On a flat traditional farm, the sun shines on every part of it horizontally. How will the sun get to vertical farming if it's up and down like this? So all the crops in between on the inside. Electricity, right? So we have to design different lights going throughout the vertical farm to supply enough lighting for this crop, which is money. It's estimated that $100 million is required to build up one of these things compared to farming has been for years just to reuse them. So it's expensive. Also, the greenhouse with vertical farming, is going to cost more also because to build these buildings in a space where it's already cramped costs money. You have to break down even more land to build these things. But in the long run, hopefully we can outweigh the cost of these vertical farms. So I have a question right now. In y'all's opinion, what's better option, traditional farming or vertical farming? And give me a reason why.
Traditional right now?
Yeah.
Traditional.
Well, what's the why? Yeah.
Well, because we're not feeding 9 billion people right now,
Mm.
and it's less like cost intensive, I guess, and it's more efficient.
So you don't think it's a good idea to start planning now for the future?
Oh.
Because remember, in 40 years, we're going to be with one bag of chips for all these countries.
Yeah, we can plan, sure.
Not sure.
I would
Okay.
think we'd rather do that.
Yeah. Anybody else? Now keep in mind, it is under the impression that we're not going to completely obsolete traditional farming. There's some crops that cost way less to do it this way than it is to produce it in vertical farming. So it won't be everything will be vertical farming. We'll keep both styles, but mainly for especially where like urban cities, keep the food distance less traveled, build these in our cities. Anybody else? Is there a reason why you prefer traditional over vertical farming? All right. Well, hopefully today you learned about vertical farming, traditional farming, the pros and cons. Hopefully in the future we'll come with a plan to feed the world in 2050. Thank you.